When a clinical incident occurs, there is sometimes a great deal of apprehension with respect to the clinical incident management process. From the initial notification right through the investigation, those involved in an incident sometimes fear the potential implications that this incident might have on their career, their training, their contract and future employment opportunities. To some degree, these fears are born out of a long history of an individual and punitive approach adopted in the investigation process, and the fact we have never truly decoupled the incident investigation and performance management processes. Adopting a just culture approach challenges these perspectives, and it's an important part of developing a better culture of safety in healthcare. A just culture is defined as one where we respect that incidents most often occur due to gaps and vulnerabilities in the processes that we design, and that most often incidents catch out good staff who are truly trying to deliver the best quality care they can. A just culture is not the same thing as a no-blame culture. If an incident occurs because someone is performing in a manner that is below accepted standards or acting in a reckless manner, then a just culture agrees that this is not appropriate. Responsibility, accountability, standards and performance management are all parts of a just culture. Unfortunately, much of what we see in the media and what is demanded of us politically seeks to apportion individual blame when something goes wrong. There are many cases here in Australia and overseas where clinicians have been suspended or sacked after an incident, even before an investigation has been completed. These perspectives are not aligned with a just culture, and in healthcare have done significant harm in terms of our ability to maximise the learnings from incidents and respond to incidents by building stronger and more resilient systems. There are a number of steps we can take to adopt a just culture when a clinical incident occurs. First, we need to go beyond statements of individual blame when describing the cause of an incident. We should not be satisfied by thinking we have identified the cause of an incident by suggesting someone did something wrong, failed to do something, or should have done something differently. We need to understand why the actions of individuals in the team made sense to them at the time, and look for the underlying factors that gave rise to those actions. These reasons why something occurred are the real causal factors in a clinical incident. Second, we need to make sure any performance management processes and the clinical incident investigation process are completely decoupled. This starts with ensuring the investigation team is independent from line management, training supervision, and other relationships with the individuals involved in an incident. Also, there is no place in clinical incident investigation for findings of culpability or recommendations for punitive actions or performance management. Third, it is always useful to use the substitution test when a clinical incident occurs. Recreate in your mind the events leading up to the clinical incident and substitute the individuals or team involved at the time with a group of similar professionals. Then pose the question, would the event have been any different with other people involved? More often than not, we find that this test highlights that any of us might act in the same way given similar circumstances, further highlighting the need to focus on deeper systems issues in the investigation. Finally, we need to publicise widely the lessons we learn from incidents and the changes we make after an incident to better support our staff. When an incident occurs, it should be a clear indicator that the way in which we do business is not as resilient and robust as it should be, or at worst, has set up good people to fail. By being open about the findings of our incident investigations, and through sharing the changes we make as a result, our colleagues gain a reinforced understanding that incident investigation is not a pursuit of individual culpability, but a process designed to make WA Health a better place to work. Adopting a just culture approach towards our clinical incidents is a critical part of enhancing our commitment to safety and quality, increasing clinical engagement in the incident management process, and ensuring that the lessons we take away from an incident can be translated into meaningful change to the way in which we deliver care.